Welcome to the Eagle Update on KUOZ Channel 6, where we will provide you with a fresh look at what's happening on your campus and in the community.
Westside school officials and the Sheriff's Department are taking active measure to protect students and staff. As Rebecca Arnold reports, the action comes in the form of an assembly.
An assembly was arranged on February 24th for both the Westside Elementary and high school level kids about the importance of telling an adult if anyone has a weapon on school property. The high school assembly had much of the same message, but with the more serious tone.
If someone brings a knife, if someone brings a gun, if someone brings a dope to school, you need to tell somebody. You don't need to be concerned about this whole, I don't want to be a rat, I don't want to be a snitch or a tattletale. There's a chance that you're saving your life, that you're saving your teacher's life, and there's a chance that you're saving your fellow student's life.
High school principal Lucas Skaggs says that they have had multiple talks with the upper level students about gun safety throughout the year, especially for those students that hunt.
I don't think we have any violent predators here, but we got some kids that are going hunting that they go in the morning before school and they need to go by somewhere and drop it off and get rid of it before they come to school. It's very important. It's very scary, but normally it's going to be your older kids that drive. And we've actually had a discussion. I've discussed with them about going by somewhere and dropping it off.
For Channel 6 News, I'm Rebecca Arnold.
In other school news, students and staff here on the university's campus may be curious about next year's budget. Colin Johnson reports on how it all works in this challenging financial times.
The annual budget discussion was held last week for University of the Ozarks. Jeff Skasha, Chief Financial Officer, and Sherry Airy, Dean of Residential and Campus Life, talk about upcoming plans as well as the purpose of the budget.
Anticipated revenues should exceed planned expenditures, and what that means is that we'll have, we hope to have a slight surplus at the end of every year.
The school gets the majority of its money from students.
67% of our income comes from enrollment, 25% of our revenues come from our endowment, of about 4% that comes from our annual fundraising.
Along with
other organizations, foundations, and through fundraising.
This gives the ability to have
upcoming construction on campus. The student center that we're currently in is going to be expanded, and then there's also going to be a new apartment style residence hall that will be constructed as well. Wireless network access in all the dorms, and expanded bandwidth capacity. When we rolled over in the spring, that pipe had been increased to 20 megs, but come fall of 2010, that pipe's going to be a 100 meg pipe.
As well as
put a fee onto the students so it's up front, and you'll have free laundry in the residence halls.
For KUOZ, I'm Colin Johnson.
Many students depend on scholarships and other financial aid to help them achieve a college education. Taylor Jacks gives us an update on changes in one certain scholarship Arkansas students should definitely pay attention to.
Arkansas approved legislation this past week, changing what is required for students to receive the Arkansas Academic Challenge Scholarship. Most notably, the changes include an overall minimum GPA and composite ACT score, the drop of 2 required foreign language classes, and also the drop of a maximum family income. Isaac Doss and Brianna Craney, 2 students who already received the scholarship, share with us their thoughts on the changes in the requirements.
I'm a junior now, and I've been able to pay for all my school without taking out loans because of the scholarships that I got through the school and through from the government. So since the tuition is going to be going up, it's really helpful that the scholarship's going to increase.
It's definitely going to help next year. I didn't think I was going to get to come back. I've actually been looking at other colleges, and I was really worried I wasn't going to be able to graduate next year. But if it goes up with enough, then I'll be able to come back to Ozarks.
To apply for this scholarship, go to the Arkansas Department of Higher Education website, scroll down and click on the Arkansas Academic Challenge Scholarship Fund, scroll down and go to the application link on the web page, and follow the directions to apply. For KUOZ Channel 6, I'm Taylor Jacks.
Continuing with some fun news, Veronica Saborio provides highlights of comedian Preacher Moss's show on campus.
According to Preacher Moss, Arrogance, envy, and inequity are the main three words that best define racism. A bottle of water and a microphone was all he needed to entertain and teach several UVO students about this controversial matter. But what do students really think about racism?
I think racism, is a bunch of evil, stereotyping, somebody discrimination, about color, no matter what color is it. I just think it's a lot of hatred just built up inside.
I think it's a question of whether or not something needs to be in a certain way, but I think everyone has discovered that in every single part of the world, everyone is different, everyone has different characteristics, and that doesn't make them any less or any more.
Preacher Moss explained how racism can negatively affect the way people act, think, and feel. The truth is that based on the student's opinion, his presentation was really dynamic and very funny.
I liked it. It was funny and informative. Like, he mixed it up very well.
Gladly, most students were able to see the truth behind comedy. So remember, no matter who you are or where you come from, we are all special. For the Eagle Update, this is Veronica Saurio.
In this week's Ozarks Profile, Adrian Valero ventures out to help you get to know the dude behind the food.
One place the students always go to get something to eat is the cafe. Have you ever stopped and thought about the process that takes to make the food that you see every day? Johnny Robinson, Food Services Director, talks about it.
We start out each semester, of course, during the shutdown periods between semesters, summertime, and then the break from December to January. We begin the process by developing a menu cycle, which is typically, we do a 3-week menu cycle, which means we plan out breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day for 3 weeks, and we try to make sure that we have 3 weeks of entrees that don't repeat. So you only see the same entree every 3 weeks.
According to Johnny, the cafe works to satisfy all of the different appetites that we have here.
On the main serving line, which is they term it the comfort station, which is supposed to be more of a, you try to do a home style cooking there, but home style, because we have such a broad demographic here on campus, home style to someone from Malaysia is different than home style for someone from Louisiana. But on that station, and for lunch and for dinner, we do 2 entrees, typically at least 1 solid meat entree, and then either a casserole or a pasta, or even sometimes another solid meat entree, and then a vegetarian option. And then of course we have the grill, which is either chicken sandwich or fish sandwich or hamburgers, that type of thing, and then the pizza station and the deli.
About 25 people make it possible for students to eat. Some workers you see every day, others work behind the scene, but they all care about us.
We do have a lot of people here who definitely work hard and do care about the product they're putting out, and definitely it bothers them if someone tells them it's not good. We want that constructive feedback and criticism. It's great. The approach sometimes may not be as gentle as you would hope for it to be.
So remember, be thankful and appreciate what you got. For Channel 6, I am Adrian Valeri.